Have you ever spent hours rewriting a single email, terrified of sending something less than perfect? Or maybe you've abandoned a project altogether because you couldn't get it exactly right. If this sounds familiar, you might be a perfectionist, and you're probably wondering the same thing I have. Is this drive for perfection a superpower that fuels success? Or is it a secret curse that's slowly chipping away at our happiness? Let's figure it out together. First, let's be clear about what perfectionism really is. It's not just about having high standards or striving for excellence. That's actually a healthy adaptive trait called conscientiousness. True perfectionism is something different. It's a relentless, often punishing, belief that anything short of perfect is a catastrophic failure. It's the voice in your head that says, if it's not flawless, it's worthless. This isn't just about doing a good job. It's about tying your entire self-worth to your performance. So, where does this pressure come from? For many of us, it starts in childhood. Maybe you had parents who praised you for getting straight A's, but seemed disappointed by a B+. Or perhaps you were the smart kid or the talented athlete, and you felt you had to constantly live up to that label. Society also plays a huge role. We're bombarded with images of curated, perfect lives on social media, making us feel like we're constantly falling short. These external pressures get internalized, and soon we become our own harshest critics. The expectation isn't just to do well, it's to be flawless all the time. Now, let's talk about the supposed upside. Many successful people identify as perfectionists. Think of visionary leaders, groundbreaking artists, or world-class athletes. Their meticulous attention to detail and refusal to settle for mediocrity often leads to incredible achievements. Striving for perfection can push us to innovate, to refine our skills, and to produce work of exceptional quality. It can be the engine that drives us past what we thought was possible. When you're determined to get every detail right, you often catch mistakes others would miss and deliver a final product that truly shines. In this light, perfectionism looks like a key ingredient for greatness. But there's a dark side, a very real cost to this relentless pursuit. The first casualty is often our mental health. The constant fear of failure creates a breeding ground for anxiety. Every task, big or small, becomes a high-stakes test. This can lead to analysis paralysis, where you're so afraid of making the wrong choice that you end up making no choice at all. That brilliant idea you have. It stays in your notebook because you're terrified the execution won't match the vision. And when you inevitably fall short of your impossible standards, depression can creep in, whispering that you're not good enough. It's a draining, exhausting cycle. Perfectionism also sabotages our productivity. It sounds counterintuitive, right? Shouldn't a perfectionist get more done? Not necessarily. Perfectionists are masters of procrastination. Why start that big project when you know it's going to be a stressful, agonizing process? We delay starting because the pressure to be perfect is overwhelming. We spend way too much time on trivial details, the perfect font for a presentation, the perfect wording for a simple note, while the important work gets pushed aside. This is what's known as Parkinson's law. Work expands to fill the time allotted. For a perfectionist, that time can be infinite. Our relationships suffer, too. When you hold yourself to impossible standards, it's easy to project those same expectations onto others. This can make you a critical friend, a demanding partner, or a micromanager at work. You might struggle to delegate tasks because you believe no one else can do it the right way. This not only alienates the people around you, but also isolates you, reinforcing the false belief that you have to do everything yourself to get it done perfectly. True connection requires vulnerability and acceptance to things that perfectionism actively fights against. So, what's the verdict? Is it a strength or a curse? The truth is, it's a bit of both, but the scales are heavily tipped towards it being a curse disguised as a strength. The drive for excellence is valuable. The fear of failure that paralyzes you is not. The key is to separate the two. We need to learn how to be healthy strivers instead of maladaptive perfectionists. How do we do that? It starts with mindset. We need to embrace a growth mindset, the belief that abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. With a growth mindset, failure isn't a verdict on your worth, it's a learning opportunity. It's data. When you try something and it doesn't work, you haven't failed, you've just discovered a way that doesn't work, and you can adjust your approach. A practical step is to challenge your all-or-nothing thinking. When you catch yourself thinking, if this report isn't perfect, my boss will think I'm incompetent, stop and reframe it. A more realistic thought would be, I will do my best on this report. Even if there are minor flaws, it will still be a valuable contribution, and I can learn from any feedback I receive. This is about embracing good enough. Good enough is not a compromise on quality. It's a strategic decision to invest your energy where it matters most, freeing you from the paralysis of perfection. Try setting realistic, process-oriented goals instead of outcome-oriented ones. Instead of saying, I will get a perfect score on this test, say, I will study for 1 hour every day for a week. You can control the process, but you can't always control the outcome. Focusing on what you can control reduces anxiety and builds momentum. And perhaps most importantly, practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a good friend. When you make a mistake, don't beat yourself up. Acknowledge the feeling of disappointment and then remind yourself that being human means being imperfect. Celebrate your efforts, not just your results. Progress, not perfection, should be the goal. In the end, the pursuit of perfection promises greatness, but often delivers anxiety, procrastination, and burnout. The real strength lies not in being flawless, but in having the courage to show up. Do the work, be messy, make mistakes, and keep learning. It's about striving for excellence while giving yourself the grace to be human. By letting go of the need to be perfect, you don't lower your standards. You free yourself to actually achieve them. What are your experiences with perfectionism? Has it helped you or held you back? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to read them. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on navigating life with a little more ease and a lot less pressure. Thanks for watching.